Hey everyone, you ready to dive into some side hustle secrets with us today? We're breaking down a podcast episode that's all about finding financial freedom and maybe even turning something you love into a full-time gig.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular topic, and this episode breaks it down into three main paths you can take: freelancing, starting a business, and figuring out passive income streams.
And we're going to try to boil it all down for you, right? Skip the fluff, just the
Yeah.
good stuff you can actually use.
Exactly. So, first up, freelancing. This episode really drives home the idea that it all starts with you, your skills, what you've already done, what you're good at. So, what are you already good at? And maybe more importantly, what do you like doing?
Okay, so say I have some skills.
hmm
How do I know if anyone would actually pay me for them? I make a mean sourdough bread, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's going to be a career, right?
Well, maybe not sourdough, but you get the point. It's about those skills people and companies actually need and will pay for, like writing, graphic design, web development, marketing. All those are good examples, but it's way more than that, too. There's a huge need for virtual assistants, social media managers, even online fitness coaches.
So once you know what you're good at, what's next? The episode mentioned building a portfolio.
Right, yeah. It's kind of like your resume, but instead of just listing your skills, you show them off with actual examples. Platforms like Behance and Dribble are great for that, especially if you're in visual fields like design or photography.
Makes sense. What about sites like Upwork and Fiverr? They seem like the places to go, but they can be kind of overwhelming. How do you pick the right one?
You got to understand how each one works. Upwork is good because it's got a wide range of project types, and they vet freelancers pretty well, which can be good if you're serious about making this a career. Plus, they tend to have clients who pay better.
So if I'm just starting out, Fiverr might not be the best place.
Fiverr is better for quick, small projects. Things like logo design, blog post writing, maybe some voiceover work. They're known for really competitive prices, which can be good to get your foot in the door, but it can also mean you're racing to the bottom, charging less just to compete.
Okay, that's helpful. Now let's talk about the big one, money. Setting your rates. This is something I struggle with personally. How do you know what to charge without underselling yourself or, scaring clients off?
The source we looked at made a good point about researching what others charge. Don't just guess. See what other freelancers with similar skills are charging. Websites like Glassdoor and Payscale can help you see what the industry standards are. And don't forget to factor in your own experience. You're offering a valuable service, right?
So it's not just about being the cheapest option, there's a balance.
Exactly. You want to be competitive, but also show you value your time and expertise. And as you get better and more well known, you can raise your rates too.
Okay, that makes sense. What
Okay.
about actually landing the gigs?
Yeah.
The episode talked about doing exceptional work, but what does that even mean?
It means going above and beyond. Communicating well, meeting deadlines, being easy to reach. Those are the basics. To really stand out, you need to do work that really blows them away. Maybe you add extra value or come up with really creative solutions or just make working with you super easy.
So it's not just about checking things off a list. You build relationships and go above and beyond.
Right. Happy clients come back for more and they recommend you to others, which is like gold when you're freelancing.
So you've covered the basics of freelancing. But what if you want to do something bigger, build something beyond just yourself?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. And that's where starting a business comes in. And this episode says it all starts with figuring out what your niche is. And it's not just about like jumping on whatever's trending, it's about finding a problem that you can solve, something that people need.
Yeah, I get that. So instead of just being like, I want to sell clothes, you got to figure out like what kind of clothes are missing out there. What problem am I solving for people?
Exactly. And the source we're looking at, it really emphasizes that it's got to be something that you're good at and also something you actually like. You're going to be spending a lot of time on it, so you better enjoy it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But how do you know if your idea is any good? What if you put your heart and soul into something and nobody wants it?
Well, that's where the idea of testing comes in. The
Yeah.
episode talks about trying it out before you go all in.
Okay, I like that. How do you actually test a business idea, though?
Lots of ways. You could talk to potential customers, get feedback from your friends and family, even run some surveys online. Just see if anyone is interested in what you're offering.
So get real feedback. Don't just assume everyone will love it.
Exactly. And the source even suggests maybe creating a basic version of what you're offering to see if people would pay for it. That's a good test.
Okay, so you've got your niche, you've tested your idea. What's next?
Time to get organized. The episode talks about a business plan, which I know can sound a little intimidating.
Yeah, business plans. Those are just for big companies, right?
Not necessarily. Think of it as a roadmap for your business. Like it helps you lay out your goals, who you want to reach, how you're going to market, and how to manage your money. It doesn't have to be a super long document.
All right, that makes it seem a little less scary. So once you've got your plan, how do you actually tell people about your amazing new business?
This episode had a great section on using social media. Places like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, those can be really powerful for small businesses.
Especially since they're basically free to use, right?
Right. And the source we looked at, they talked about being consistent. So posting regularly, chatting with your followers, using the right hashtags, all that helps you build a presence online.
Makes sense. But even with social media, starting a business can be a lot. There are costs involved. How do you even get started without spending all your money?
The episode talks about starting small and growing from there. You don't need a ton of money to launch a business.
I like that. It's about being creative and taking it step by step.
Yeah, it's about using what you have and reinvesting the money you make as you go. You don't have to do everything at once.
So start small, stay focused, grow over time.
Got it. But even with a plan, even if you're careful with your money, building a business is a lot of work.
It is, definitely. The episode we're looking at, it really focuses on how important consistency and persistence are. Building a business takes time and effort. There will be times things are tough, but you got to stay focused on your goals, learn from mistakes, and not give up.
All right, so we've covered freelancing, we've looked at starting a business. Now let's talk about the dream, passive income.
Ah, yes. Making money while you sleep.
Yeah. But is it really possible? I mean, it sounds too good to be true.
It can be. You got to be careful. But there are real ways to do it.
Okay. What are some of the things the episode mentioned?
One popular way is creating something digital and selling it. So like ebooks, online courses, templates, stuff like that.
I see why people like that. You make it once and then it could make money for years. Right. And websites like Gumroad and Etsy make it really easy to sell these directly to people.
What about other options? Did the source talk about anything else?
Yeah, it mentioned things like dividend stocks and REITs. Those are real estate investment trusts.
Explain those. I'm not really a finance person.
Basically, dividend stocks are parts of companies that give you a little bit of their profits regularly, just for owning the stock. REITs are companies that own and run things like shopping centers and apartment buildings.
So by investing in these things, you can make money passively without having to actually run a business.
That's the idea. It's a way to build wealth over time, but it takes some money to get started, and you got to do your research to pick the right investments.
What about for people who are more creative? Are there passive income options for them?
Definitely. The episode talks about starting a blog or a YouTube channel. Getting people to follow you takes time and effort, but once you have an audience, you can make money through ads, sponsorships, and affiliate marketing.
So you create something cool, people like it, and then you find ways to make money from that.
Exactly. And it's not just writing or videos. If you're a photographer, musician, or artist, you can put your work on sites like Shutterstock and Audio Jungle. People pay to use them, and you get a cut each time.
Sounds like there's a passive income option for almost everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. And the episode also talks about using what you already have. Like, do you have an extra room? A car you don't use much?
You could rent those out on Airbnb or Turo, right?
Exactly. It's about using what you have to make some extra money.
Wow, so many possibilities. So passive income isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. It's about finding what works for you.
Exactly. And that's what I like about this episode. It's not just throwing out random ideas. It's about helping you think about passive income and find what's right for you.
Okay, so we've talked about freelancing, building a business, and making passive income. But how do you put it all together?
Well, this is where the episode gets really helpful. It gives you a roadmap for combining these things in a way that works and makes sense.
Okay, I like that. What's the first step?
The episode says start with freelancing. It's a good way to start making money, improve your skills, and learn what it's like to be your own boss.
Like dipping your toe in before jumping in the pool.
Yeah, exactly. And the money you make freelancing can help you start your business or invest in passive income ideas.
So freelancing is like the base, and then you build from there.
Right. Once you've got a good base, clients who trust you, and you feel confident, you can start thinking about turning it into a full-fledged business.
So you take your freelancing skills and make them bigger.
Yeah. And as your business grows, you can slowly add in passive income streams so you have more ways to make money and don't have to work as much.
So you have multiple ways to make money and reach financial freedom.
Exactly. And the source also talks about automation and delegation as things get bigger. Tools like software and virtual assistants can help you get more done without working yourself to death.
Working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, it frees you up to focus on the things that you're really good at.
But even with the right tools, building a successful side hustle takes the right mindset, right?
Oh, definitely. The episode emphasizes consistency and being able to adapt. It's about staying committed to your goals, seeing how you're doing, and being willing to change things if you need to. Things are always changing, so you got to be able to adjust to stay ahead of the game.
So it's about embracing the journey, the highs and lows, the good and the bad.
And remembering that a side hustle isn't just about making money. It's about creating opportunities, learning, and being financially free to do what you love.
It's about taking control of your finances and building a life you want.
Exactly. And that's what's so great about this episode. It's not just about making money. It's about being empowered. You don't have to stay stuck in a job you hate. You can create something for yourself. You can build a life you're passionate about.
That's so true. And what's really cool is that there's a side hustle out there for everyone. It's just about finding the one that's right for you.
Right. Now, as we wrap up, I want to ask you something to think about. Remember everything we talked about: freelancing, starting a business, passive income. Which one stood out to you the most? Which one got you thinking or excited?
Was it the flexibility of freelancing? The challenge of building your own business? Or maybe the idea of making money passively while you do other things you love?
No matter what it is, we encourage you to look into it more. Do some research. See what resources are out there. See if there's a side hustle path that really fits your skills, goals, and dreams.
Because your side hustle journey is yours, it's about taking control of your financial future and creating a life you love.
Absolutely. And before we finish up, I think there's one really important thing we haven't talked about yet. The source didn't mention it directly, but it's key for making your side hustle a success.
Oh, I like this. A little bonus insight. What is it?
Your mindset. How you approach your side hustle mentally.
I get it, yeah. It's not just about the steps you take, it's about having the right attitude to handle challenges and stay motivated.
Yeah, exactly. Because being honest, starting and growing a side hustle takes more than just skills. You need to be resilient, disciplined, and okay with not knowing what will happen.
I can relate to that. When I started freelancing, I was so excited to be my own boss. But then, oh man, the ups and downs, the chasing payments, the difficult clients, it wasn't always easy.
It rarely is. That's why it's so important to have a growth mindset. It's about being open to learning, adapting, and being okay with making mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes as part of the process.
So how do you build that kind of resilience? What's worked for you?
For me, it's been about connecting with other people who get it. Other entrepreneurs, mentors, friends, and family who understand and can give you a boost when you need it.
Like a support system for your side hustle.
Right. And also, taking care of yourself is important. Making time to relax and do things you enjoy.
Because burnout is real, especially when you're juggling a side hustle with everything else.
Yeah, for sure. And don't forget to celebrate those wins, even the little ones. Those little wins keep you going and remind you why you started in the first place.
And maybe most importantly, have fun with it.
Definitely. The side hustle journey, it's an adventure, you know? There are ups and downs, challenges, and wins.
It's about trying new things, getting out of your comfort zone, and seeing what you're capable of.
So as you start your side hustle journey, remember to be positive, resilient, and always looking to grow.
Because if you have the right attitude, anything is possible.
Who knows, maybe your side hustle will become your main gig one day.
That's a great note to end on. We've covered a lot today. We talked about the basics of freelancing, how to build a business, and dove into the world of passive income.
And what I hope you take away from this is that you have the power to change your financial future.
Yeah, with hard work, passion, and a bit of hustle, you can achieve some pretty amazing things.
So go out there and build the side hustle of your dreams.
And until next time, keep on hustling.
Yeah, it's about taking control and building that life you want, right?
Exactly. And, before we wrap this up, I think there's something we haven't really touched on. The source material didn't mention it directly, but it's so important for success with side hustles.
Ooh, I like that. Little extra something. What is it?
It's all about your mindset, like
Yeah.
how you approach this whole side hustle thing mentally.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. It's not just about the steps, but also the right attitude, right? To deal with the tough stuff and keep going.
Exactly, because honestly, starting and growing a side hustle takes a lot more than just knowing what to do. You need resilience, you need discipline, and you need to be comfortable with some uncertainty.
So true. I remember when I started freelancing, I was thrilled to be my own boss. But then reality hit. The ups and downs, chasing down payments, dealing with clients, it wasn't always fun.
It rarely is. And that's where having what they call a growth mindset is so crucial. Being open to learning, to changing, even messing up sometimes.
Mm.
Because you will make mistakes. It happens. Okay, so how do you build that resilience? What helps you?
For me, surrounding myself with good people, other entrepreneurs, mentors, friends, family who get it, they understand the ups and downs and they can give you that encouragement when you need it.
So it's like having your own side hustle cheer squad.
Exactly. And don't forget, taking care of yourself, make time to recharge, do stuff you enjoy.
Yeah, burnout is real, especially when you're juggling a side hustle on top of everything else.
Oh, absolutely. And one more thing, celebrate your wins, even the small ones that keep you going and remind you why you started this whole thing.
And honestly, don't forget to have fun.
Yes. This side hustle journey, it's an adventure. There'll be good times, tough times, it's all part of it.
It's about pushing yourself, trying new things, and realizing what you're actually capable of.
So as you start on this journey, remember to stay positive, be resilient, and always be looking to grow.
Because with the right attitude, you can do anything.
Who knows, maybe that side hustle will become your main gig one day.
I love that. Well, we've covered a lot today. From the basics of freelancing to building a business to figuring out passive income, we really dug into this whole world of side hustles.
And I hope what you take away from this is that you have the power to create the financial future you want.
It's true. With passion, some hard work, and a little bit of hustle, you can do incredible things.
So go out there and build that side hustle you've been dreaming of.
And until next time, keep diving deep and keep